I'm not standing.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to start committee of a whole. Called over. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dixon?
Here.
Commissioner Weeding?
Here.
Commissioner Walsh? Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right. Need a motion to approve the minutes on Tuesday, December 9th, committee of a whole meeting. They're present in your package. Packet.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, we'll get into our discussion items. We have 4 on the agenda for today for committee of a whole. The first one is going to be the B&F Construction Service Contract Renewal. Steve, that you're under.
Yes, this is very simple. We have used B&F Construction Code Services for several years here in Braidwood. We have found their current contract has expired, and we are just renewing their contract for the same terms that we are currently utilizing for 25 and for 26. They did mention that potentially when we re-up this contract next year, their fees may go up a little bit in 27, but they're holding their fees for 26. Enclosed in your packet, or included in your packet, is a breakdown of their services and their fees for hourly rates. Any questions?
Any questions?
Nope.
All right, move on to discussion number 2. Police vehicle, Chief Allen.
Yes, thank you,
The
Mayor.
floor.
Thank you. So in your packet, I provided the quotes we received from 3 area dealerships for squad cars. We're in the need for squad cars now, and with that need, we can't go out for bid. If I were to go out for bid, I would provide the specs of the squad car. I'm asking the dealership to bid the build out of. So I had to go out and find squad cars that are on the ground at various area dealerships. So I got the 3 quotes, Curry Motors, DeRazio, and Sutton Ford. The best price and the best built-out vehicle came back from Curry Motors. One, it was white. We'll save money in lettering and wrapping because it starts out as white rather than trying to make it white to match the rest of the fleet. It also had the right size motor, and it had the right upfitting, the police upfitting. The other cars had more unnecessary upfitting features that we didn't need to spend money on. So, in future purchases, ideally I would go for bid when we have some time and it's budgeted, and I can, sort of get these bids comparing apples to apples. We couldn't here. We had to go with what the dealerships had on the ground, and Curry offered the best price and the best squad layout. All these prices came with, I like to buy these cars with the 7-year, $125,000 mile premium care warranty for $4,600. It is money well spent considering the cost to repair some of these vehicles. So that's included in the price. So I want to buy 2 vehicles, one of which was budgeted, and we would pay for it with the city budget, the police budget, at $49,995. The second car, the same exact price, we would pay with federal asset forfeiture money. So tonight's regular board meeting, we're looking for a motion to waive the bidding and approve the purchase of the 1 vehicle out of the city budget for $49,995. It's a 2025 brand new Ford Interceptor.
We will be coming back with the outfitting, correct? It was about $30,000 to outfit it?
Yes. Yep.
Are you putting all new stuff in it, or is it you have stuff to transfer over? Or
This is all gonna be all new stuff. Yeah.
The prior budget
I believe there was, budgeted for 2 cars. Will we be using some of the budget for the other car or no?
There wasn't enough, there was not 2 cars budgeted, there was just 1.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about $80,000 now to
Sure.
buy a vehicle brand new and upfit it. When you're considering all the lighting features, siren features, computers, cameras, it is expensive. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up budgeting each year with the rapid increase in the cost of a squad car from start to finish.
All right. Any other comments or questions? Okay, number 3 item on our discussion item is at 225 North Hickory Street. It's potential development for new storage units. Steve, this is under you.
Yes, Sean and I are gonna work our way through this. Maura Ragoni is our contracted planner. She has done a thorough review on this project, along with myself and with Sean and Shelley, through our team approach on community development. And Mr. DeRazio is here, the applicant is here today, and he is presenting a plan for storage units of 363 total units. They vary in sizes. The largest size is 10 by 20, which I believe he's only gonna have a couple of those. The remainder larger ones will be 10 by 15, and then the minimum size will be 5 by 10. If you notice in the site plan, we have really spent a lot of time on landscaping to give a curb appeal as you enter it, and the facades that face the road, Hickory, will be all brick, again, to give it a nice curb appeal as you go down. Mr. DeRazio is also putting in all concrete, I believe, versus asphalt. So again, I'll give it a very nice finished look on the property. The property is currently zoned I-1. It was a B3 zoning, but it was rezoned a couple of years ago. And under the I-1 zoning, the setback requirements from property lines is 50 feet. Mr. DeRazio is asking for a 30-foot setback, so variance of 20 feet on 3 corners or 3 areas of his property. We are fine with that because 2 of those areas are roads, Walnut and Second, that may or may never get built. We still have the right-of-way for those roads, but instead of being 50 feet off the property line, it's going to be 30 feet off the property line, his buildings. And then we have the front or the south side next to the church. Again, he's looking for a 30-foot variance versus the code of 50. So one thing to consider is that if this was a B3 zoning does allow a 30-foot setback from the property line. So we felt this was the easier route for Mr. DeRazio is to go through the variance request of 50 to 30 versus rezoning it back to B3 again, where he would automatically be granted the 30-foot setback anyway. We don't see any issue with it because of the intense landscaping he's doing and the quality of his project. We think 30 feet from the property line next to a street that may or may never happen is fine. Same thing with the church, 30 feet from their property line, we think this is a very, very good use for that. The reason why I-1 zoning has the 50-foot setback is I-1 zoning is more intense, right? Usually you have a lot of industrial buildings, you have potentially outdoor storage, you have trucks and so forth. That's why the I-1 zoning requests a 50-foot setback from the property line. This does not have that. His project is not that intense. It's storage. There's not a lot of people. You're not going to have 50 cars there at one time, so it's a much less intense use. And so we are recommending to move forward with this project with the 3 variances that Mr. DeRazio is requesting. Also note that this is the concept plan. There is no vote for you tonight. I just wanted to, I like bringing these projects before you. You can kind of stew on them a little bit and say, okay, I got some ideas or whatever. And then we go to planning and zoning, which we are scheduled for the planning and zoning commission meeting on February 4th or 3rd? 4th. February 4th. Because there's variance requests, he has to have a public hearing at the planning and zoning commission. Once they're good with it, and then it comes back here for final approval, we get the preliminary engineering, preliminary site, and Bernie gets the chance to get turned loose on some drawings and get a final FSLE, final landscape site and engineering plan. Any questions?
When we first had our meeting, we raised some questions and the fire chief was here. Did all that stuff get worked out? There's room for,
Yep, so we have his written approval
okay.
from the engineer. We sent him all the plans. We did the fire hydrant locations and a auto turn radius with a fire truck for him, and he signed off on it.
Okay.
So this is, he's really, Mr. Drozdo's been awesome to deal with, a pleasure to deal with, and he's kind of our test case of our new development handbook, which is our next item on here. So we ran him through the process that we desire to happen here for all developments. We have a large meeting with the fire chief is here, our planners here, public works personnel is here, and we look at all of the issues that this development may cause, or what are some of the challenges the developer may have with hooking onto water and sewer, streets, facades, landscaping, fire chief. And so this was a really good scenario on how we want development to work here at Braidwood.
So how was it? How was the process?
That's my next question. How
It's
did
easy.
you do?
Very easy. I mean, you have to follow the rules, but I've had other towns that just don't get back to you for 3 weeks, and Shelley and Steve and Maura, you get same day,
It's good to hear.
you know.
And we paid him to say that.
$3.
10 for a seat, 3.
Well, that's good to hear.
Any questions?
Chief, you had some questions early on, right, too, with concerns, like, where are you talking about, like, video camera footage, safety, everything get worked out?
Yeah, we talked, video cameras and lighting, it's a big thing for us is lighting, and we talked about that, we're all satisfied.
So everything's good, went through the process, okay, good.
One thing, I want to have Sean talk about the sewer line, I believe it is, that runs right through the property,
Correct.
and what Mr. Durazio is doing to solve that issue.
Yeah, well, this property originally was part of the church owned this property to the north, and when they came in, it was their property, and they ran a service line, a 6-inch service line from the church north to the 2nd Street where there's an actual sanitary lateral that runs. With Mr. Durazio purchasing the property, we're gonna have a portion of that sewer that now runs through that site. So he's looking to relocate and kind of shift that sewer outside of the building areas themselves. So it's something he's gonna work with the church on also, because again, the church, you know, we have to look at depths and inverts and things along those lines. And there may be a portion of it that we would reach out and talk to the church about, see if they could participate in some of the relocation of the line in that 30-foot to the south. There's no.
I didn't speak to them, we made sure there was no easement. The agreement I wrote up with them is if it's under $15,000, I'll do all the work,
Okay,
and anything over that, they would pitch in.
perfect.
They agree to that?
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
It's 50,000.
between them and Ginta, he would also
In
kick
principle,
in,
yeah.
Okay.
somebody would kick in.
Okay.
We don't think it's gonna be anywhere near that, but.
Just a service line.
Yeah. I mean, I'm having to run new service lines anyways with structures.
Correct,
So
yeah.
we're just gonna tie theirs into our structure, and I don't think that it'll even be a conversation with them, or.
Yeah, I think something we can work out very easily in final engineering. And again, there's gonna be an office building up front, so that's gonna have a service line coming out of that from the bathroom also. So it makes sense for that all to be taken care of together. And just another note, this will have underground detention, so there won't be a surface pond, but that will be under the concrete, and then we'll discharge back to the west, and then there's a drainage channel that kind of runs, eventually finds its way to the north, into the clay pool.
All right,
And engineering, we still gotta do final engineering, final site. So this is just concept, to make sure you guys are okay with it, give us direction to move forward, and then, we'll hit it full steam.
It'll be the same color, everything, pretty much?
The colors are not final.
Okay.
We'll bring the colors back to you to
Yeah,
make sure you're
once-
okay with them.
That's just a rendering.
Okay.
There'll be a lot more landscaping, I don't know if you can see the brick, that gray on that, but they'll have brick from.
It'll be cubby blue.
Very nice.
We could.
We could. Where you got this Ford blue.
Ford blue, there you go.
questions, concerns, anybody? Anything? No, it looks good. I'm glad you did the test case, it worked out good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next discussion item, development handbook. Steve?
So this is a perfect segue, in my board reports over the past 5-6 months, I've updated the council that we're looking to obviously redesign our development process to make it very collaborative and involve all the stakeholders in the process. There's a lot to development, and we want to make sure that, it was great to hear Mr. Durazo say that he enjoyed his experience with us. That's our job, is to make sure the developer, and it's efficient, it is transparent, and it is organized. And so what this does, this development handbook, is it guides us and it guides the development, how we run through the process. It's a page by page, step by step, so that staff as well as the developer knows what to expect, what our expectations are, what their expectations are, and what we do to make sure we're accountable to follow through with our process. So without going through the entire book, it's got, everything here, but the kind of like table of contents, lack of a better term, is on the inside of your first page, in the front of the second page, there's a flow chart there. And so the flow chart is step 1 through step 11, the entire process, and that's what we took Mr. Durazio through, this entire process. So right now we're in step 3, is we're a city council committee of the whole, which we're here, giving a concept plan, and to make sure you guys are okay with it. The direction is, hey, let's move forward, we'll go to step 4, 5, 6, and so on. And all the backup material in here supports these steps on what we do and how we do it. And then the next page is a building permit process. And again, it gives us a pre-application meeting, and we want to have a meeting with Sean and our building inspectors to make sure the developer knows exactly what our expectations are, what our codes are, what is desirable and what is acceptable, and then it goes through step A through H, okay, which is occupancy. And so we've had trouble in the past of making sure that we had sign-offs on all of these steps. Now there's a process to make sure the fire chief signs off on it, engineering signs off on it, George signs off on it. We have all the sign-offs to make sure that everything was done properly, and now we can give an occupancy permit. So again, this is a step-by-step process. The supporting material for these steps are within this booklet. Had a lot of success with this in my past experiences. And again, it holds us accountable, and it holds the developer accountable to follow this process.
All right.
Any questions?
No, I think we've needed this for a long time.
I know you put a lot of work into it. Good job. Thank you.
Well, Maura, and I'm gonna get the Maura, Sean, they did the yeoman's work, we had a vision of what it wanted to look like, and they put it together, and they did an unbelievable job. A lot of hours.
Yeah, there was a lot of time put into this. All right, any questions on this? Concerns, questions? Speak now. Hold your peace. Okay, so those were our discussions for committee of the whole. Does anybody have any public comment now? In reference to these topics, anybody have any public comment now? All right, for this meeting, does anybody want to go into executive session? Motion for executive session. Okay. Now, our next committee of the whole meeting is going to be Tuesday, February 10th, and it'll be at 6:30. So next committee will again a meeting at Tuesday, February 10th at 6:30. Our next regular city council meeting after today will be January 27th at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
We have adjourned.
All right, thank you.